Hey team, this is a video about some of the logistics on how to approach coding this summer for our project. I'm excited to be working with everybody. So to work on some problems, head to rrcc.edu/webwork. The link is in the email I sent everybody with the courses and their passwords. We'll be using 3 of them this summer: Innovation 121, Innovation 121 CCD, and Innovation 121 RRCC. So CCD and RRCC, these are the 2 courses that the instructors will be working on from their respective campuses when you're playing around with questions, trying to build new questions, collaborating, those types of things. And then once you feel like you have a question that is pretty good and that we want to move forward with, you'll put that into the Innovation 121 class. So I'm an RRCC instructor, so let me head in here. Your username and your password are your S number, capital S. You can see mine is, I changed my password. You're welcome to change your password, but to start with, your username and password are S number, capital S. When you head in here right now, RRCC and CCD look exactly the same. I've loaded them with the questions that we built this semester and ran in 3 of our college algebra classes. So I built some reviews for exams, some homework from sections, and then we also had some video questions that had a link or had a video embedded right in it with some of our instructors and then a quiz down at the bottom. But what I do when I'm making a new question is I kind of look through and I try to find a question that has the same flavor of what I'm trying to do, like a template, so to speak. So let's just say, and you'll notice too, as you move through, I got a lot better as the semester went on, so you'll see some of my techniques differ as you head down the list. So let's just go to 5.5, and yeah, let's say, I want my output to be a number. So once you find a question that has the format you want, you head to edit, and then you can grab the entire question from there, so copy it, and then you're going to want to put this into a new question file. So head to your file manager, and in there you'll want to put it in whatever folder is for the section you're working on. So let's say I'm working in section 5.5. I want to view what's in that folder. And then I'm going to want to create a new file. So these all currently have the old naming scheme I had before, but in that Google Docs I sent out, there was the naming scheme for our new approach, which will be this one right here. So we're working from the CCCS, we're working with OpenStax books, and particularly the Algebra Trig one. And then this is what OpenStax uses for essentially what their edition number is. It's the PDF one. You can get it by going to OpenStax website and then downloading the PDF version of it. They update that about every June, so sometime in June I'll go through and figure out the updates for that. I'm working with a question, say from chapter, I think I was in section 5? I think. Oopsies, what did I hit? Some button. Section 5. And then let's say I want to do number 9 from that section. It may not be exactly number 9, but like number 9 because we put random number generators and things in there. So new file. This opens straight up into the file you're in. Oh good, I was in chapter 5, section 5. Chapter 5, section 5. So paste that into there. And then as soon as I create a new question, I go through this idea up here. So the description, this is where we're going to be putting our CLOs. So CLOs to come. You can leave it blank for now, but that's where I want to put it. I put in the subject, which is algebra. The chapter and section, these are tags from the Open Problem Library in WeBWorK. We'll get to that later this summer when we go through and tag everything, but these are predetermined there, but I do know they're going to go under the algebra subject. Put the date that you created the question. Today is the 7th, 2017, and then we'll put Colorado Community College System here as well. Colorado. And then put your name here. If you created it, you put it there. At the end of summer, we'll kind of make sure that everybody has some appropriate tagging, just because there may be some people that spend a lot of time on trying to build an appropriate template, and then other people use it, and so they would get their name on a lot of questions. But we'll figure that out at the end of summer. So for now, put your name there. And then the thing we can do with the date too is we'll be editing these over time. So we may want to If you're in somebody else's question doing some edits, adding some CLOs, adding some taggings, we may want to update that date so then we know, hey, somebody's been in here and fixed that, but the author will stay the same for now. This is all of the code of the question for now. Watch those problem authoring videos. They're great, but save it. That's in the file manager. So now I have the file, it exists, and what I want to do is I actually want to work with it in the homework sets editor. So if you click to homework sets editor, and then I was working in section 5.5. So this middle column right here is if you want to edit the problems. So section 5.5, so I want to edit the problems. And what you're going to do is you're going to scroll all the way down and you're going to add one blank problem template to the end of the homework set. So add one, and then you can add a whole bunch if you want, but I'm just working on one. So one, and then save changes. And if you scroll down, what I need to do here is put that file path. You can see my old file path and file names up here, but I do know I'm going to want the 5.5 folder because that's where I put it in. And then let me go grab the name of that one. So I had put it in 5.5 view. This was the one I wanted. So if you just click on rename, you can grab its name. I don't actually want to rename it. I just want the name of it, so I don't have to type it again. So don't actually rename it. But back here, paste that name in right there and then click save. When you scroll down, you'll see it's there. If you accidentally, mistype something, like let's say I forgot the S on there, it'll give you an error. The source file does not exist. So if you don't see this, it knows which question you're pointing to. It believes you, it exists, and you're good to go. Okay, so now I have this in a homework sets editor. What I want to do is I want to see this question. So if you click on this eyeball, it'll open it in a new window, and then this is the actual question that's there. You want to actually edit it, so click on this one. So what I like to do is this was the one that is going to be the view of it. That's what it looks like, and then this window is going to be the one that I edit. So if you want to make a change on it, let's say right here, I want to put hello team. Once you make some sort of edit, you can click update here and then take action. And it'll adjust that right here. So you can see hello team is right there. So this setup allows me to make edits quickly and then to quickly see if it's something that actually worked. If you forget something like npgml, you'll see warnings. So warnings will look like this, and sometimes it gives you, this one is really good actually. Can't find the end pgml. So sometimes it's very specific, sometimes it's not. So Control Z just undoes things like you're used to. So all those commands you're used to work just fine. And then you can play around with it like that. So that's in the class that you're working with. You'll see sometimes you end up with a lot of windows open. I try to minimize that. So usually I'll close those two out and just have the two that I'm working on in. So if you don't find a template in that list of questions, or you want to get more specific, I have a lot of questions I want to revisit this summer and some fancier types of questions. If you just go to WeBWorK MIA and then their documentation, scroll down to problem authors, and then in here is a lot of templates. I find, you can see I spend a lot of time in this one, subject area templates, which has, do you want your answer to be a vector? Do you want it to be a point? Do you want it to be a number? Those types of things as well. So their wiki is extensive and essentially where I've learned everything. All right, so let's say now you have a question that you like and you want to move it over to the other course. So let me open this in a new window. So let me put that one over there. So this is the problem I just created, and I want to go put it into the innovation one. So your username and password are the same on this one. I'm already logged into this course, but you'll see that I don't have any homework sets or anything in here right now. The idea is we'll build this as we go for the summer. So when you have these kind of snapped tight windows, you don't see my menu. If I do this, you'll see my menu over here. So if you're working in these smaller windows, if you click this button, it'll give you the menu. It just closes it down so you don't see it. So head to your file manager, and you'll also see I don't have any of those folders up here. So I want to build a new folder. And I think the one I was working on was from section 5.5. So that's the section, so that's the folder name, so new folder. And then it drops you right into the folder that you're in right now. If you head back up, you can see my 5.5 folders right there. So I'll leave you back in. And then I want to put a new file in there. So new file. And let's see if it remembers it. It does. And I had called it, looks like right here you can see the file name 42. I'd called it number 9. So let me update that one there. Just saves you a little time so you don't have to type all of it. So that's the new file I want. And then I'm literally from the course I was just working in. Copy, paste. So now this file is in this one. This is the approach I use if I'm only moving one question over. If I'm moving a whole folder of questions over, I'll show you what that looks like in a minute here. And then again, I just want to build a homework sets editor. So right now I don't have any homework sets, so I want to create one. So this is section 5.5. The big thing about WeBWorK is it's Linux based, so it doesn't understand spaces in folders and file names. So you just put an underscore when you want a space. It'll look like a space to the students when they're working on a homework set. So that was 5.5. Take action. I have that now. I want to add a problem to this, so edit problems. Add one. Let's see, that was 5.5 slash, and then let me grab the extension from this one. So the homework sets editor, section 5.5. This is the question I'd build. So if you want, you can just copy this whole thing because I called it the same thing. Source file does not exist. What did I do with it? Did I not put in the file manager yet? Let's see. File manager 5.5 view. It's in there. What did I do? Oh, 2.1 number 9. So let's rename this. Chapter 5, section 5. Rename. Let's go see if that was my problem. Yep, so now it knows it's there. And you can see under homework sets, I now have one. I have one problem in there. It's in there right now. And I have one homework set right now. So that's if you're just moving one question over. If you want to move a lot of questions over, then it's easier to make an archive of that file. So if you head to your homework sets editor first and export everything, this is the structure, and it's going to export the structure to the file manager. So I just take action. Yes, I want to save that export. It'll say, yep, I exported everything to the file manager. Head to the file manager, and then say you had done a whole set of questions at day 5.5. What you'll do is you'll click on Make an Archive, and I'll tell you what it called it down there. It's 5.5.tgz. All these .tgz files are archives. So if you download it, and then in the other course, which was the 121, you would go to the file manager, and then in here you would choose a file, and in my downloads there it was. You'd open, you would click upload, and it would upload the entire folder. If you already have questions in there from 5.5, let's upload this. It says it successfully unpacked it. Now if we go look at this, we'll see that this was the question that I had put in there already, and then it also transported over the other one. So it won't delete what you already have in it. It essentially merges the two. And then from there, all you have to do in the homework sets editor, it doesn't automatically do that here, but you can add those essentially questions and then copy paste these files over. Or another thought is when you're building these guys, so 5.5, I had the folder, and then I should have also grabbed, if I would have been smarter, this is the structure file for the homework set. So if you hit Control, and then grab that one too, and then make the archive from there. What did it call it? There we go. So Innovation 121R rcc.tgz. Anytime you grab more than one file, it starts to call them the course.tgz. Download that one, and then in the other course, what it'll do, which this is the one I want. File manager, choose my file. It was, there we go. Open, upload. So I got 5.5 up there, and then you'll see I have that section 5.5 in there. If you go to the homework sets editor at this point, you can import section 5.5. Oh, so I already had one in there, so it didn't know to do that. So if I delete this, I bet you it'll work. Let's take action. Cool. And then I want to import that one. Take action. There we go. So now I have all 5 problems in there. So with the homework set structure, it won't merge with that, which is why I most often just grab the individual folders and then copy paste the path name over. I'd recommend doing that, but if you're the first one to make that section, then grabbing the structure saves you a little bit of time without having to essentially copy and paste these path names over from your other course. All right, the other thing we want to do is at the end of the day, whatever course you have worked in or touched, you need to make an archive of, so we're backing up our work in case something crazy and bizarre happens. I've never had WeBWorK lose anything, but if we don't back it up, something will happen, so we're going to back it up like this summer. So whatever course you touch, say I worked in RRCC and 121 that day, then I'm going to make an archive for each course. So let me go in this one because I have a lot more in there. When you're in the homework sets editor, make sure you export everything first. Otherwise, you may be missing something in the file manager. And then go to file manager and grab everything you want. So always grab all these folders that you put all your code in. Let me delete this one first. I don't need it in there. Always grab all these folders. So shift, click there, and then I'll switch to control because I'm just grabbing individual things now. These were my folders for where I built the reviews. And what else is in here? Okay, so those were all my folders that have problem code in it. From there, you also want to grab the structure of the course. That's, what's in this homework set, that homework set. Those are the .def files. So those are the review. This is section 2.1, 2.2, 2.4, just the .def files, not the defbox. 3.1, 3.2, 3.3, it's a little putsy. 3.5, 3.7, 5.1, 5.2, 5.3, oopsies, not that one, 5.3. Only gets putsy once it gets big. That'll be a good problem for us to have at the end of the summer. 6.5, 6.6, 11.1. 5.11.6, and then these are all the video question homework set up also. All right, once you have everybody you want, sorry, I keep making it smaller, click Make Archive. And so this is TGZ. And it's RRCC, and it added a 1 in there because I already had that other TGZ file that was called the same thing. So this is the one I want. Download it, and then you're going to put that file in the shared drive that Frank is working on making for us, so we have a backup, and at worst, we'll lose 1 day's worth of work as opposed to a whole summer's worth of work. So that's a crash course introduction to logistics. Please do feel free to reach out anytime with any questions and clarifications that you guys may want. And take a peek at that Google Drive too. It has some other kind of logistics-y stuff in there as well. But I'm looking forward to working with you.